like something's still out there. But when we're stuck and befuddled by the hideously scary unknown, there's only one thing to do. And after that, we contact the secret source for who, what, where, and why.
Huh?
That's right, Scoob. Kid Y. He knows everything.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby calling Kid Y. Come in, Kid Y.
Where are you?
Kid Y, where are you?
Who explains the unexplainable? Welcome, Shaggy and Scooby, to the secret cyber server.
You busy?
I'll always be busy as long as there are mysteries in the universe beyond my understanding. In other words, not really. Upload your chat drive.
Huh?
A Y ism for what's on your mind.
Well, we wanted the real inside scoop on
Loch Ness Monster.
Like, how did you know that?
The past exists in the digital.
Zoinks! That's it! Like, we need to know if we should hang around here or run for our lives.
All I can say is I'm glad I'm not there.
So we need to worry.
Only if you have allergies. If I were in Scotland, I'd be sneezing my head off. All that heather, damp golf courses, nothing to keep you warm in your skimpy kilts. Except wheezing on the bagpipes in the soggy bog.
But we think a bona fide Nessie may still be lurking out there.
Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of extreme cool nest data that could blast you sockless.
Good thing I trimmed my toenails.
Time matrix X, demonstrating X times X equals Y. Let's get real.
Like, what the heck was that?
Plesiosaurus, a massive marine reptile, lived in the water, breathed air over 100 million years ago, during the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. Some say the Loch Ness Monster is really a plesiosaurus.
Sweet. At 100 million years old, it's probably lost most of its teeth.
And there was no lake there until only about 10,000 years ago. After the last ice age, forming a loch, which is Scottish for lake.
Like, look, the loch's a lake.
Sightings of strange creatures in the area date back to before the year 600. And ever since, thousands of sightings have been documented. Then, in 1933, the name Nessie was first thought up by a journalist, after which Sir Peter Scott, famed British naturalist, gave Nessie a scientific name, Nessateris rhumbopteryx, translated, the wonder of Ness with the diamond-shaped fin. But some puzzle geek noticed that those letters happened to be an anagram for Monster Hoax by Sir Peter S. Kind of reboots the brain roots. The loch can be more than 700 feet deep, so for a long time, nobody really knew what lurked in all that murk.
You mean besides monsters?
Or lots of other creatures, like Baltic sturgeons. They're there and they're huge. One of the biggest fish known to swim in brackish waters, more than 400 pounds.
Boom!
Or even a family of otters. Choose your favorite theory.
I choose the cute theory.
But that doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah.
It seems as if people want the monster to be real, even if they have to fake it, thus hoaxes.
So it's bogus? I hope.
Well, 60 years after this photo was snapped by Dr. Kenneth Wilson in 1934, it was proven to be just a model 1 foot high and 18 inches long, attached to a toy submarine.
Could have been the Loch Ness rubber ducky.
Another hoax, exposed same year, Nessie footprints that were made with stuffed hippo feet. So you may be asking, has anyone tried to catch the Loch Ness Monster?
Not me. I wasn't asking that. Were you, Scoob?
Not me.
In 1975, one team tried something very strange. They created a female Loch Ness Monster to lure the beastie out. Perfect, Henrik. A little more lip gloss should do it. Ta-da! Gorgeous. If the Loch Ness Monster doesn't fall for her, he needs new glasses. Cue the walrus mating call. Needless to say, it didn't work.
Like maybe they should have spent more time getting to know each other.
So far, no scientist has real proof that any big bad beast lives in Loch Ness. In 2003, a British team equipped with sonar and satellite technology surveyed the entire loch and found no evidence of any large creature. A simple explanation is, we see what we want to see.
In our case, we saw what we didn't want to see.
We've always had a need to believe in things we can't understand. The legendary, the magical, the incredible seem to excite mankind's imagination.
dog kind's imagination, too.
You said it.
But there are a lot of scarier things that might be out there. You know, cryptozoology, the pursuit of bizarre, legendary creatures.
Usually, they're pursuing us.
There's the chupacabra, the yeti, sea sirens, Bigfoot, minotaurs, gorgons, and the Mongolian deathworm.
Like I'd hate to find that in an apple.
So I've been making this info docu verite flash video. Let's get rocked!
1, 2, 3. Bigfoot and abominable snowman. They walk standing up, but they run from no man. Sirens, mermaids, and minotaur. They're beach blanket babes, and he's an eyesore. Chupacabras, Babolies, Sangre, Cabras, Gordas, Gorgon, and the Mongolian deathworm. The snaky-handled devils that'll really make you squirm. They don't work well in captivation or a crazy crypto congregation. They still don't get your fascination because, dude, it's just all speculation. We are the unexplainable. Try as you might, you'll never get it right because the information is unreliable. Leave the books on the shelves, we're not really convinced ourselves. We're unexplainable. No, it never really matters. We'll make a lousy pet anyway. Yeah.
Thanks for lightening our load.
Yeah, thanks.
I shoot, I scan, I edit, I am.
So we still have that big question. Is the Loch Ness Monster real?
Legend collides with fact and science to result in the current irrefutable resolution. Maybe. Or maybe not.
What?
Honey, dinner's ready. Mac and cheese, ham and peas.
Gotta go.
But
Gotta go. Coming, Mom!
Thanks, G.D.A.Y. But now, like, do we want to go out there again tonight?
maybe.
Or maybe not.
Stingless bees. You know where I'd find some? Even one? Hey, cat got your tongue? Reckon not. Sorry to wake you, mate. Any stingless bees around? Maybe it's me. Where's that cell phone Charlie gave me? He said if I run into a problem, press Y.
Request an manifest.
Cool, huh? Here's the best part.
Crikey. Hey, mate. How'd you do that?
Who explains the unexplainable? Me, of course. G.D.A.Y. I'm not really here. I found a way to travel around as a hologram.
Well, I'll be stuffed.
Your friends asked you to get stingless bee honey to mix together some kind of shampoo.
Righto, and jump it over to the Sydney airport before their plane takes off.
G.D.A.Y. knows all there is to know about all there is to know. And the first rule of knowing is, ask somebody.
I tried that. Critters around here seem pretty tight-snouted.
How about consulting the people who know this land and its creatures best? The Aborigine.
Nice blokes, but kind of new on the block.
Maybe to kangaroos. But Aborigines have been in Australia for at least 40,000 years.
What's that in kangaroo years?
Even longer. In fact, it's maybe the longest unbroken culture on Earth.
So if nobody was around back when they were, how does anybody know anything about them?
Well, the Aborigines passed on their stories through dance and through their legends. Stories about a long ago period known as Dreamtime tell how the earth and its creatures were created. Some of these tales say the hills were shaped by the snake, the rocky ridges by the crocodile, and the canyon by the kangaroo.
No wonder Murray Canyon looks like my Uncle Murray.
And the rock art allows them to pass their stories on through the ages, all the way to the present day, about their very spiritual rise, with close ties to the bird, the reptile, the marsupial.
Marsupials I know about, since I'm a cart-carrying member myself. If we had carts and a place to carry them.
So, go ahead, ask.
G'day, mates. Any stingless bees in these parts? I guess they don't speak my lingo. Too bad they're not of the marsupial persuasion.
Great idea. Maybe the marsupials can clue us in. You marsupials are among Australia's most astounding animals.
Ah, that's us all right.
Mammals that mostly raise their babies in a pouch.
What pouch? Just ribbing you, mate. Actually, it's only the Sheilas that have pouches. That's ladies to you.
Good to know. The more than 200 marsupial species are all pretty awesome. Like the giant koala that only lives in Australia.
Might unsociable for my taste.
Actually, it's just sleeping as much as 20 hours a day. Only wakes up to eat about a tenth of its weight in eucalyptus leaves.
Now, how do I get that job?
It's got a large stubby nose, few natural predators, and a special part of its intestine to digest hard-to-digest leaves.
Somebody would have clued him into the joys of grass and roots.
Some marsupials even eat meat.
I heard it's not so good for the old ticker.
This little native of the offshore isle of Tasmania, the Tasmanian devil. And of course you know about kangaroos.
Not much to know, really. We eat, we sleep, we hop, we itch, we scratch.
Here's some more. You red kangaroos really like the desert. You grow up to be more than 6 feet tall. You're able to hop 20 feet strides with your spring-like hind legs.
Well, I just didn't brag.
But the kangaroo's most difficult journey is probably the 6 or so inches the newborn climbs through its mother's sperm, from the birth canal to the pouch. You were the size of a big buck, and 8 months later, you were a furry little joey, full of mischief.
Right, I was a rascally sort. Many's the time I had to be sent to my pouch.
And when there's danger around, like your predators, the wedge-tailed eagle, and the wild dingo dog.
Where? Oh, just examples. I knew that.
The joey knows the safest place to hide is its portable nursery.
You've got to admit, mate, we're amazing creatures.
Australia's full of creatures that are amazing, curious, and to us, downright peculiar.
I want to hear about every single one.
You request, I do my best.
Termite eats wood, the task eats meat. The spiny anteater thinks ants are a treat. The pelican's bill fills up like a pouch. If a crocodile bites you, you're gonna say, ouch. That thing over there is a bandicoot. Looking down at you, long as long, no snoot. If you go to Australia, you're gonna see animals amazing you, amazing me. If you go to Australia, you're gonna stare at animals you can't just stare at anywhere. The kookaburra's tall, the tree just hips the tentacles and koala. Munching eucalyptus, the dingo dog's bite is worse than a spawn. Surfers on the beach yell, great white shark. Duckbill platypus laying its eggs, but swimming along on little mammal legs. Big cassowary, the bird don't fly, but foxes that do fall out of the sky. If you go to Australia, you're gonna see animals amazing you, amazing me. If you go to Australia, you're gonna stare at animals you can't just stare at anywhere. Don't get bit by a snaky death adder. It's cousin to the cobra, sometimes even bad. The devil wanna clean his eyes with his tongue. The kangaroo's got a fuzzy pouch portion. Lyrebird copies everything you say, everything you say, everything you say. Frill dragon lizard when things get tough. Try standing up, running fast, frill dragon blow. If you go to Australia, you're gonna see animals amazing you, amazing me. If you go to Australia, just look and wonder over all the creatures that you found down under. If you go to Australia, you just can't look. Take some photos home for your photo book.
Well, time's running out to get to Sydney. Why don't we skip the bees and go right there for the hunt? Travel by hologram? Climb aboard. Direction lapse? Go to maps.
All right. How fast can you get this baby going?
0 to Sydney in 3 minutes.
Ripper! So, tell me about Sydney.
Sure. Sydney actually began in a pretty strange way when the British used to send their prisoners to Australia.
How do you like that? Hard time in paradise.
Those convicts helped make a settlement known as the Rocks on Sydney Cove, where today the Sydney Harbour Bridge crosses to the North Shore.
There's so many totally cool places, like the Royal Botanic Gardens, Darling Harbor, the Sydney Opera House. Oh, and don't forget Bondi Beach.
Never! What?
Search up.
Crikey! That was truly terrifying. Can we do it again?
Sure, another time. Here's the Sydney Airport, and there's a duty-free specialty shop.
That's it! That's it! Someone's got to go in and get it.
Well,
Hello, I'm a kangaroo.
hello. I'm a hologram.
Training Charlie cell phone.
Gotta go. Urgent matter. Be right there, Mom!
G'day, mate. Thanks for helping me get to the honey. Not to mention, learn all that great stuff about my continent, sweet continent.
Hey, I think, I plan, I visualize, I am.
Easy come, easy go. Speaking of which, I hope nobody notices a little missing honey.
Like after all those scary tombs and catacombs, Scoob, it sure is a relief to be in nice, safe Cairo. The good news is we're alive. The bad news is that shawarma stand doesn't open until breakfast time. 14 whole minutes.
We'll starve.
Like they sure didn't starve.
Words in hieroglyphic rhythm, Pharaoh took his goodies with him. Everything you see before you. Hey ho! Preserve 3,000 years or more. Preserve 3,000 years.
Man, Scoob, all this stuff's been preserved more than 3,000 years. That means this awesome-licious-looking banquet is saved somewhere. Scoob, it's our turn to find real buried treasure.
Yum.
Like we're lost, Scoob, lost in the desert. No food, no shelter, no water, and no ancient banquet.
Not even a Scooby snack.
Good thing my new thingy has a special bonus feature. Whenever we're in trouble, we just press Y.
Why?
Kid Y.
Kid.Y here. You ring, and I do my thing.
Well, could you, like, do it out here in Egypt?
Egypt?
You like that? I put my hologram on speed dial.
Like we've got to get out of this endless desert before our wretched bones sizzle in the sun. And even more important, we've got to find the lost banquet.
Well, let's quit snoring. It's time for exploring. Best place to start? The Great Pyramid of Giza. Hang on! It's all that's left of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. These 3 pyramids were built here about 45 centuries ago, designed to be places where the pharaohs could pass into their afterlife. The workers built them out of millions of limestone bricks. The Great Pyramid is close to 50 stories high.
Like, how do you know all this stuff?
Kid.Y knows why, how, and when. And we studied Egypt in the 5th grade.
So, like, tell us about inside the pyramids.
Mazes within chambers within mazes. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza. More than 2 million blocks, each weighing over 2 tons.
I don't even weigh that after Thanksgiving.
Right?
Probably thousands of workers took more than 10 years to build the Great Pyramid as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu. The spooky thing is, the pharaoh's body has never been found. In fact, lots of valuable things were missing from these pyramids because of looters and robbers.
Like the pharaoh's food? Man!
They decided to construct hidden underground tombs to foil the thieves.
Hope they foiled the food too. Keeps it fresh.
Pyramids to last forever, emptied out by robbers clever. Tombs dug beneath the ground. Hey ho! Kept the mummies safe and sound, buried safe and sound.
Whoa, check this out. Miles of some of the world's greatest monuments, including the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens.
Great place for a game of cards.
The spectacular Temple of Luxor. And mazes of tombs cut into the mountain, completed for Ramses the Great, who came to be known as the King of Kings. And we know what Ramses looked like because his mummy is in the Cairo Museum.
Does she carry around his picture?
Mummies were how they preserved the royalty and other people so their bodies would be there for them in their next lives.
Oh, those kind of mummies. We already know too much about them.
Maybe not. Nobody today knows exactly how the ancient Egyptians did mummifications, but they knew anatomy so well, they could take out the internal organs through a small slit in the body, and the brain through the nostrils.
Yikes! Too much information.
They placed the body in a coffin and lowered it into a big stone box called a sarcophagus.
Like, at what point did they get up and start chasing people?
Not until somebody invented the movies.
Speaking of popcorn...
The best way to find your lunch treasure is to follow one of the greatest treasure hunters. A British archaeologist, Howard Carter, believed that somewhere in the Valley of Kings, there was something amazing. They searched until by chance a stick poked in the ground exposed a limestone step. Down the steps, through a sealed doorway, down a passageway, and behind a second sealed doorway, they found...
If it's too scary, don't tell us.
The tomb of King Tutankhamun, King Tut, Teen Pharaoh.
Zoinks! A teenager. He had to have heaps of food around. Can I see your hollow gizmo?
Whoa! Whoa. We're in King Tut's tomb.
Cool. Let's find the mess hall.
There's gold everywhere. Golden thrones, golden statues of animals, golden chairs. He even had a solid gold coffin. This was the greatest archaeological discovery ever made. Of course, there was the curse.
Tutankhamun was a boy with lots of gold stuff to enjoy. Disturb his tomb, expect the worst. Hey ho! You might be the one who's cursed. You might be cursed.
Wait, whoa! Did you say curse?
Yeah, curse?
No big deal. Carter's pet canary got eaten by a snake, then his partner in the tomb died after a mosquito bite got infected. So, people said you'd be cursed if you came down here.
They did! Yikes and zoinks! Is it too late for us?
Come on, guys, there's nothing to the curses. Just a few coincidences and a lot of hyped up stories.
Are you sure? I think I feel the sniffles coming on.
Hey, look!
The lost lunch! We found it!
Hey, don't touch anything. That all belongs here. Talk about losing your lunch. I don't think King Tut would like you messing around with this stuff.
He wouldn't? Guess sometimes you've already got the treasure before you start the hunt.
Whoops, my mom. I've got to find my bed under a pyramid of dirty clothes.
Thanks for finding us and finding lunch.
Hey, I arrive, I depart, I leave you smart.
Like Scoob, are you worried about that King Tut's curse getting us for eating his food? Me neither.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Blocks of stone brought to this place, many thought from outer space, but they found in later days. Hey ho! Ships moved them on waterways, moved on waterways.
Want to know more? Dare to explore. National Geographic's the place to start when you depart. Cannonball! Dive into Nat Geo animal videos. Not like in the zoo. See them free and wild. Really wild. Flip through Nat Geo Kids magazine. Get zapped by the stories behind the stories. Unknown facts about hot new phenomena and new cool technology. Talk about cool. Explorer magazine at school. Launch into space with Nat Geo books. The only limitation, your imagination. Look out for National Geographic TV. Soon to be rockin', sockin', and tingling your eyeballs. Or hey, be there for real at the Geographic Bee or join Geography Action. Venture on to your own adventure with incredible new toys from National Geographic and Target. Remote control subs, metal detectors. Nothing boring, go get exploring. Whoa! Who knew there's so much National Geographic stuff out there? Not me, until now. And there's lots more yet. Check the internet. So flip, read, click, soar. Dare to explore!